Hello and welcome to Shufflez Poker First Look. I've been working hard on this for the better part of the past year, and I'm happy to finally have something I can demo to the community and hopefully get some feedback on. The idea for this came about as my approach toward poker really started to transition to frequency-based thinking. I wholly credit Poker's 1% by Ed Miller with that change. If you're not thinking about poker in terms of frequencies, I do recommend that book to get you on that path. The book is not the be-all, end-all of frequency-based poker, nor does it claim to be. Miller makes it the limits of the book very clear, but it's a great introduction to getting you thinking in that way. Anyways, after reading it, I began to start breaking down situations and spots I was in into frequencies and started trying to balance value bets with bluffs, continuing at an appropriate frequency like he suggests in the book. I was using a series of spreadsheets and Flopzilla Equilab, and it was just a tedious and painstaking process, switching back and forth between all the programs, losing track of combos in the process. And there were no programs out there that did what I was trying to do really well. Some of them sort of fit the bill, but nothing really was meant to break down range and assist in range construction, and that's why I wanted to make this program. So first I'm going to go through all the features of what I have so far, and then after that I will look at an example hand to show you how you can use it to quickly and easily break down a spot into your frequencies and make sure that your ratios are correct and all that. So first up is the range matrix or range grid. I might use those terms interchangeably, so forgive me. Hopefully it's not too confusing. This functions very similarly to the other range matrices you have seen in other programs. You click to start selecting a range. You can click and drag to select multiple combos quickly. And notice down here that the text box reflects what is selected up here, so you can copy paste ranges from this into other programs. As an example, let's just say we had another range saved from Equilab or something. You just put it in, press enter, and it populates the grid. So up top are what I call the action buckets. As you begin to assign combos to various actions, these will be reflected up top here. We'll also keep track of your ratio, your continue frequency, all the good stuff. You can also manually assign combos to each action for preflop analysis too. So let's go ahead and click value, and you can start assigning combos that you would raise for value. Balance it out with some bluffs, and it, as you enter combos, it tracks all your stuff in real time. To select board cards, just click any of the cards up here in the top right. It will bring up a window to do that. You can manually choose the 3 cards that are on the flop that you're looking at. You can also hit random flop. It'll choose any random 3 cards. I have random turn and random river as well. If there's already a flop selected, random turn will just generate a random 4th card. You can click it, over and over. It'll just do a different one. River functions the same way. However, if there are no cards selected, it will just choose 5 random cards for river, and similarly 4 random cards for turn. So to make this next part extra interesting, let's choose a nice dynamic draw-heavy flop. Okay, and let's just say we want this range. And now that we have a range and a board input, this window over here will populate with the number of combo and frequency of each made hand and drawing hand possible. If there is a black triangle next to it, it means that this can be expanded by left-clicking, and you can break that category down into further things. So we have top pair, top kicker, second kicker, and so on. Same thing with draws. If you want to get, split up your different draws, say you want to bluff with your nut flush draws, but call with your second nut flush draws, whatever. The combo choices are up to you. You can get a little more granular with that. Okay, now we can start assigning actions to different hand types. Let's say we want to, obviously value bet our strongest hands. So let's say we want to value bet our straights. We would click the V for value next to straight, and that then puts all those combos into our value bucket. Notice that the combos that make a straight, Queen 10 suited in this case, are now highlighted in red, and the filling on other combos has been reduced. This is because blocked combos are now taken into account in what is displayed over here. I found this to be a very helpful way to visually see what combos are unassigned and what I still have to play with, as well as just kind of give me a, it's a type of pie chart, I guess. You can look at the percentage of filling, kind of visually see what you have left. Let's say we want to value bet 3 of a kind as well as 2 pair. And also notice that as I click these, some of the squares down here filled in. That's because some of the combos that would make, straight, three of a kind, two pair could also make a flush draw, a backdoor flush draw. They share some of the same combos. So it just kind of shows you where you have combos assigned. Let's balance with some bluffs now. So let's say we want to bluff with our nut flush draw and second nut flush draw. Same thing, they are now highlighted in the grid over here, and our bluff bucket has 13 combos in it, and also our value to bluff ratio has been updated. So if we need, let's say we're trying to get that, one value bet for 2 bluffs on the flop. Let's go down to straight draw. Let's add in all open-ended straight draws, and actually we don't need more. That puts us over. So then we would need some more value, and you can just keep playing with this till you get your ratio just right. Since there will be a lot of overlap among combos that make a made hand, but it can also appear as a drawing hand, I added a feature to lock assignments in place for combos. So let's say we wanted our straight combos to definitely stay in the value bucket and not go anywhere. We click the lock icon, and now they are stuck there. They will not get reassigned even if you try to assign them somewhere else down here. So let's go ahead and put three of a kind in place, two pair, over pair. And say we wanted to lock our nut flush draws in place and second nut flush draw into bluff. They are now stuck there. Combo assignments can also be unlocked by clicking the lock icon again. It just shows you, which ones are set in place and which ones are not. So if you want to get even more granular and assign specific combos within a category to a specific action, right-click that category, and it brings up a list of every combo within that category. So let's say we wanted to strengthen our checking range by adding queen 10 suited, or sorry, queen 10 of diamonds into it. We can just click, check call for that one. And same thing reflected here. It's reflected, in our call range. Let's just add some combos to a call. Let's just say we'd call all top pair, pocket pairs below top pair, and middle pairs. Again, not saying these are the correct choices, just showing you how this works. Notice how our call numbers have gone up, and our continue frequency is up as well. So continue building out, your value range, bluff range, call range to get to that 70% continuance, or whatever you deem the frequency to be. Okay, so let's look at a random spot and see how we would break down our, flop continuing range to, value, bluff, call. See if we can hit that 70%. Let's say we are in late-ish position and would open this range here. Just do a random flop. Okay. Okay, let's start by putting our strongest made hands into our value range. That would be three of a kind. Let's put two pairs in there. And let's value bet our top pair top kickers. Lock those in place. Okay, let's begin balancing that out with some bluffs. We need about twice as many of value combos to keep that 2-to-1 bluff to value ratio. Let's throw all flush draws in there, all straight draws. That's a lot of combos already. So we need a few more to get to 2-to-1. Let's go down to our nut 2-card backdoor flush draws. Okay, we're closer. Nut 1-card backdoor flush draws. Okay, that gets us about 2-to-1. So let's go ahead and lock those in place. Now for our calling range. Let's just keep moving down from our strongest made hands. Since top pair top kicker is locked in place, if we click here next to the top pair call button, that will assign all the remaining combos into the call range. Ooh, we're almost at 70. Okay. Let's go ahead and throw in pocket pair below top pair, which should be our remaining combos of kings. And to get the last few combos there, let's say we want to put in the strongest of our middle pairs. So that'd be queen jack. Just go ahead and put those in place. Few more. Queen 10. That puts us right at 70. Okay. So this could be what your continuing range construction looks like. I'm definitely not saying this is ideal. That's up to you. Determine how you want to build that, where you want to. You need to strengthen your value range or strengthen your checking and calling range. Up to you. But this tool, hopefully you can see how this will help you quickly visualize and be able to do that range construction. If you're doing it the old way like I was with spreadsheets and all that, hopefully you will find this very helpful and useful. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, I'm always open to ideas and suggestions. You can leave it in the comments below or find me on the RedChipPoker forums. I post as AlpineCurt. Take care.